Nothing like the fresh taste of balls in your mouth on a Monday morning. What's up, Blue Chips? So for anyone that doesn't know me, BAWLS is the energy drink of choice for me when I absolutely need them. You know, I've been trying to stay away from soda. I've been water only, but this morning I needed something to get a little pep in my step, so that was the way that we went. That was the intro from this morning's live stream, and I thought it was pretty funny, so I carried it over into today's video, where we had two live trades, one on SRNE and one on AKRX. So let's get to it. I'm going to jump in SRNE here. Oh, cool. All right, we got our fill there on SRNE for a quick winner there. So the idea, guys, with the new strat is not necessarily to have these one entry, one exit type plays, but if they are, we're just looking to get about half that move back. So that was why we put the order there. Yeah, here goes this thing go. Got 152. See if we can get down to 142 real quick. Oh, saw 43, 43. It's not being nice. All right, and take it there. Didn't seem to want to give it to us. Be happy with that. It kept trying and it didn't want to, so not going to get greedy. Let it go back against us there. Like I said, we're only looking for that quick $10, but if it only wants to give us like 7, we're happy with that. So I'll take that one. Nice little quick trade there on AKRX right off the scanner. All right, traders, that was my two trades on AKRX and SRNE. We'll start real quick on AKRX. This was a pretty standard one. We had the nice push here on a cheaper stock, but it had a higher float. The range wasn't that great, but it gave us pretty much everything that we would normally look for. We got a nice extension away from previous resistance, got a key pop through $0.50 at 150, took a starter position, and we ended up getting filled right there on the way back down. So really not that much to it. It took 100 shares out, and that's kind of how the new strat works. If it wants to give us that quick little move, then we're going to take it and we're going to move on. So over to SRNE. This one was a little bit different. We got in for a starter here before the whole $1.04 because we had a nice extension away from that previous support. And we had plans to add on the dip under 4. However, we didn't put an order in, and the bid went down to 391, but the ask never came down below 399. So it was a little bit frustrating. Didn't want our ads to be too close together, because if we would have added, it would have looked the arrow would have been right there. So it wasn't exactly what we wanted. We wanted to be down there towards that 390 area, and we would have had the same area for take profit. We put an order out here for that take profit at 421, and it got to 422. So as you can see, our order was there at 421. And that was our two trades today. We are looking to take more trades. We're going to be looking to start smaller, but we're looking to take more trades, so they will stack up. Just these 2 trades today, I can't tell you. We actually took a third trade, which is a trade that we wouldn't have normally taken, so we took it on paper just to kind of test the overextension and see if it would give us what we wanted. Coming back up, it was also a lower float. SAVA is sitting at around 15 mil in the float, and if you look at the daily, it is not a pretty daily. This thing pretty much got pumped up, and it looks like it's on its way back down. It's even in like kind of a descending triangle pattern here on the daily. So I really would not have played this normally, which is why we decided to play it, but on the demo account. We didn't want to chance, getting stuck in something that we didn't want to be in to begin with. So again, our daily goal is $50, or maybe a little bit higher than that. But the goal is also to not always be getting just these single entry trades. And just keep in mind, yes, everything looks smaller, but the idea is to get more volume with the trades and to basically create volume, right? We're looking to create the volume within our own account and kind of build up all of these winners. And if we start getting a couple trades here and there where we actually add and we build a little bit of position like we could have on SRNE if it had given us the opportunity, these winners will actually be a little bit bigger, and the P&L will obviously go to the upside. So that's what we're looking for. Hopefully, as we get more and more comfortable playing these long positions that I am so weary to play in the first place, we will start to kind of take off a little bit and develop this new strategy. And that's the other thing too, is we're starting a little bit smaller because we made some kinks in our strategy, and you should never go balls to the wall pun intended, when you're trying something new, right? You should always kind of scale back, see if it works, because if it doesn't work, you don't want to be losing a lot of your money, just seeing if something works. Just because something looks good in your head or even on paper, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transfer into the market the way that you think it is. So keep that in mind. And remember, no matter the share size or the P&L that you're shooting for, it's all about consistency. I always want to remind you guys of that. And just to leave you with this, I didn't start with it, so I just wanted to read it off real quick. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. And that was said by no other than Abe Lincoln. And believe it or not, one other thing to add, it was actually said by Grant Cardone. It's something that stuck with me from one of his YouTube videos. I'm not really a Grant Cardone follower, but I do remember one thing that he said. And he said, be smart with your money now so that you can be stupid with your money later. Because everyone always sees him, in his exotic cars, his private jets, all this other stuff. He's being stupid with his money. Well, guess what? He was smart with his money in the beginning, which allowed him to get to the point where he can be stupid with his money now. So that's kind of how I take that note as well and kind of, relate it to what we're talking about here as traders. So like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Always appreciate that support. The channel is still growing, which is awesome. I'm glad to know that people are really liking the content that we're putting out here on the channel. So if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Find me in Discord, Twitter, whatever you got to do. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live stream. Peace.